Some people kill, some people steal, some people lie sometimes. Different things don't lie and shake those ways. Harmony made, and everything people do. Make it so very hard to forgive. Nobody is perfect, and I can see that in the mirror. And every time I think of things I've done inside the past, I struggle mentally on different ways I can let go. As I look up in the sky, talk to God. I notice the birds in there. Free, not worried about a thing. Not even worried about me down here. Hey, free. Ain't nowhere that they can't fly. I'm always seeing them pass by. I'm jealous. So many things, so many bills I gotta worry about. I go to work every day so they get paid. So many jobs, so many friends, so she my always forget they're subjected to change. Nothing stays the same, things always changing like the seasons. As soon as I get my hopes up, issues start falling down. I struggle mentally on different ways I can let go. As I look up in the sky to talk to God, I notice the birds in there. Not worried about a thing. Not even worried about me down here. They free. Ain't nowhere that they can fly. I'm always seeing them pass by. I'm jealous. Don't gotta worry about social issues. Don't gotta worry about bills to pay. Oh, don't gotta worry about people falling out with you. I struggle mentally on different ways I can let go. As I look up in the sky to talk to God, I notice the birds in there. Not worried about nothing. Worried about me down here. They free. Ain't nowhere that they can't fly. Ain't nowhere that they can't fly. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Yo, 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 can y'all hear me? Yo. Yo, there we go. Peace, love, health, and wealth, vibe, tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. Shout out to Tyler Terrell and shout out to Francine. Yo, yo, what up? We in this thing tonight. What's happening, y'all? Peace, love, health, and wealth. Shout out to Tyler Terrell again, man. All right. Shout out to the beautiful Francine. I appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you get your pen and your pad together because this is going to be a loaded one here. So, really quick, so just let me introduce myself. For those who don't know, my name is KP. That's short for King Fee. Fee, like Phoenix. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, okay? So I am KP. This is KP Tarot, and I am the number one Scorpio in the land, okay? I might change this to KP Tarot and more. Hold on 1 second. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Peace, love, health, and well vibe, tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is KP, and this is KP Tarot. I am the number one Scorpio in the land, okay? So, real quick on the channel announcements, okay? I am thinking about changing the name of this channel to KP Tarot and more because now I am ready to open up the schedule and bring more content, okay? I like delving into metaphysics. I like the self-healing journey, self-realization journey, all of that stuff, okay? I'm a life coach. I am way more than just a tarot reader, okay? So I might call it tarot life coaching and more or something, right? So today we're going to do a little bit different here. We're going to go back to our weekly schedule with 1 day a week being removing manifestation blockages. Okay, so this is where we kind of get into like law of attraction and you know and possible reasons why we're not seeing the results that we want in our life. Okay, so my job here is to help you heal so you can manifest the life you desire, and so you won't be codependent on tarot cards, tarot readers, and such. Right. So the caveat to that is the thing is that um, because we are co-creators on this plane, there's going to be times where we're going to just need insight on situations and circumstances. Like that's just life, right? Because we're co-creators, we don't know what somebody else is painting with their paintbrush. So sometimes it is okay to get insight, but I don't want us to be codependent on tarot or anything for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So, what else do I want to say here? Happy Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies. Shout out to everybody who's watching this live. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this on the replay. Shout out to Customized Legend holding the chat down, right? Shout out to the Vibe Tribe, right? We in the building, y'all. We in the building. So I think it might be appropriate for us to just go ahead and hop in this thing, okay? So what we got here is we are going to read an article from Psychology Today, and it is called Procrastination. And it don't have a particular name on it per se. Maybe it does at the end. So I would definitely maybe put the link in the chat. I forgot to do that to this article, and maybe I can definitely put the link to the other thing that I got for us to overlook. So we're going to read an article about procrastination, kind of like look at just some of the things, like the definition of it, why it happens, and then we're going to take a look and see how to avoid procrastination in our life, right? Because procrastination is something that everybody deals with, everybody, right? And and whether you deal with it a little bit or a lot, procrastination is something that everybody has dealt with, and it might not be what you think. Oftentimes people always say things like, yeah, you just lazy, or you this one or that one, and that's not necessarily true. Yeah, my bad. Everybody who procrastinate isn't quote unquote lazy. So it's sometimes it's some underlying or some litigating factors that goes into the reason why people do what they do, and we are going to go ahead and just take a look at that. So make sure y'all get your pens and y'all pads, and let's get ready. Please excuse KP because KP is not a career reader. Okay, KP is not a career reader, but I will get busy for the Vibe Tribe. Okay, I will get busy for the Vibe Tribe. Okay, so here's the article. Okay, I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit to make it bigger. You know. All right, here's the article. Okay, here we go. everyone, everyone put. Oh, no, 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 no. This isn't where I wanted to start. Okay. I wanted to start down here where it said understanding procrastination. Right. The intro. I feel like I'll come back to the intro in a second. Okay. So here, I want to start here where it says, why do I procrastinate? Okay, procrastination is driven by a variety of thoughts and habits, but fundamentally, we avoid tasks or put them off because we don't believe we'll enjoy doing them. Okay, and we want to avoid making ourselves unhappy, or we fear that we do not do them well. Okay, so they're given a few, what is it, 3 or 4 reasons why people procrastinate. Okay, so it says procrastination is driven by a variety of thoughts and habits, but fundamentally, we avoid tasks or put them off because we don't believe that we'll enjoy doing them. So the first thing is we don't do things because we don't get no personal enjoyment. Even though we know we might have to do something, we don't get any personal enjoyment from actually doing it. Okay. Secondly, okay, um we don't want to make ourselves unhappy. All right, so a lot of people was living on edge. Okay, a lot of people was living on edge, so a lot of people can't afford to be pushed over the edge to do something that they don't want to do when they want to do it, or maybe how they don't want to do it, because a lot of people is either on edge of a nervous breakdown, relapsing, having an emotional outburst, etc., because life is just simply hard for people, and we understand that. Okay. And lastly is, so another thing is or we won't um or we feel like we won't do them well. Again, we can't, a lot of people can't afford to hear you failed. Right? Even if they say, hey, maybe you could just tweak this and tweak this, maybe only thing they hear you saying is you failed. Okay. So sometimes even constructive criticism is hard for people who are procrastinators, right? So, people may also procrastinate when they are confused by the complexity of a task, right? So, maybe sometimes people have a defeated mindset, right, before they even start. Like, they be like, taxes, oh, I don't know the law and I don't know the rules. And what if I do this wrong? I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to fail this deadline, right? And so, eventually, we talk ourselves out of doing said tasks such as taxes, etc., cleaning up, whatever, right? Another thing is we when they're overly distracted or feeling fatigued. Okay, so sometimes people don't have the energy, right? After a long day of work, after a long day of school, a lot of us just want to come home and relax, take a load off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us just want to just chill, and of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, If we're accidentally not getting things accomplished, then that's a problem. Okay, so what are uh, the psychological roots of procrastination? Okay, so psychologic psychologic psychologists. What am I talking about? Psychologists have identified various drivers of procrastination, from low self confidence to anxiety and a lack of structure. Oh, a lack of structure and simply an inability to motivate oneself to complete unpleasant tasks. Research has shown that procrastination is closely linked to rumination or becoming fixated on negative thoughts. Okay, so if you go back to the other episode, I think episode one of removing manifestation blockages. What did we talk about, or was it episode two? No, I think it was episode one, and we talked about rumination, but we talked about it in a negative, in a different perspective, which was having what was it called? Having a particular mindset, a defeated mindset, but that wasn't what it was called. Oh man, I'm drawing blanks right now, but it's okay. It'll come back to me later. Okay. So what they say in the root of procrastination is a lot of times it comes from low self-esteem, a lack of structure and discipline, and inability to motivate yourself. So a lot of times people just don't simply see the benefit in doing some things unless they absolutely have to do it, or unless they get down to the last second of doing it. Okay. So the next question is, do procrastination serve any purpose? Okay. Do procrastination serve any purpose? So it says procrastination is a self defeating behavior pattern, but it can also be seen as serving psychological purposes, especially for people with perfectionist tendencies. By protecting the individual against fear of failure, judgment by others, and condemnation. Avoiding unpleasant work by devoting energy to other tasks like organizing and cleaning also helps procrastinators avoid feeling unproductive, although they will have to pay the price for it later. Okay, so what they saying is that if you are going to procrastinate, you definitely got to fill your time with something healthy, but you got to come back with a mindset that you can and will complete the task. Okay, so you can't procrastinate and then still waste time after that. All right. So it say, why are we so sure we'll actually do something later? Okay, so this is when people say, I'll do this later, or maybe this one will happen later, or I'll do it tomorrow, right? And there's this saying that say, why put up tomorrow what you could do today? And the reason why is to directly avoid what? Procrastination. All right. Welcome, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Come on in, sit down, take your shoes off, drink you some coffee, light you a cigarette or whatever it is that you do. We in the building, y'all. So this is our removing manifestation blockage series, and today we are looking at why do we procrastinate and ways of overcoming procrastination. Okay, so predicting how we'll feel in the future is known as effective forecasting. Okay, effective forecasting is saying that, okay, I'll know that I'll feel like doing it tomorrow. I know I'll be in a better mood to deal with these people tomorrow, etc., etc. Okay, and people tend to be fairly bad at it. And I think maybe it's supposed to say people tend to be fairly bad at it. For example, procrastinators may feel, hold on, I gotta switch this because this is so uncomfortable the way I'm reading this thing, okay? Let me go ahead and set this on the table. I'll fix everything else in a second. All right. So it says, but oh, okay. For example, procrastinators may feel bad about not having exercise today, but they may raise their mood by predicting that they will do it tomorrow, thus avoiding the feeling of negative emotions in the moment, but make the cycle more likely to repeat. So what they're saying is that forecasting, saying that I'll feel better tomorrow or I'll do it tomorrow because I'll have more energy, actually makes procrastination worse because you're excusing it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe accountability is a word, but I want to find a better word for that. But you're not holding yourself accountable and you're not being able to self motivate yourself. All right. People who procrastinate research, people who, oh, let's say why, who is most likely to procrastinate? Okay. People who procrastinate, research finds, may hold different values than people who do not. In studies, procrastinators report value and personal enjoyment more highly than others do. And valuing a strong work ethic less are more likely to complete tasks important to them. They feel are important to them personally than those who are assigned to them. Okay, so one thing that they saying is a lot of the reason why you procrastinate might be the way you was born, or might be the way you was taught how to deal with things, or just maybe you are a person who is more interested in self-fulfilling prophecies than quote unquote um, making someone else's dream come true. Okay, which is good, but again, are we or are we not taking care of the business that we want and need to take care of? Okay, so why do teens procrastinate? Okay, so this could be for parents or this could be for people who might be watching if they're a teen. Okay, so for teens, right, it says it's somewhat developmentally appropriate for teens to procrastinate, okay? The passive resistance of delay is one way adolescents may pull from parental authority, okay? So this is a way that children can kind of rebel, and not rebel to say, it's a mutiny, just to say, like, I don't see the value, mom, dad, and doing the things that you tell me to do. So I'm going to stretch this out as long as I can. Okay. So it says, but increased independence and decreased supervision also bring less structure and greater opportunity for distraction. Okay. And like adults who procrastinate, teens may come to overestimate their ability to work under pressure. Okay. And they need to feel under pressure to do their best work. Okay. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Okay. You talking to me? You on the phone? You on the phone? All right. So let's go back to the top. Okay. So now that we got just a little something on it. Okay. Let's go back to the top. Okay. So it says procrastination. Everyone puts things off sometimes, but procrastinators chronically avoid difficult tasks and may deliberately look for distractions. Okay. So this is saying that sometimes when we want to avoid tasks, sometimes we say, well, you know what? I don't want to do this, or I can't do this because I have something else that I've been putting off longer, or this is more important, or this is more time sensitive, even though it's really not. Okay, even if it may be, they don't have to stop doing what they're doing. All right. So procrastination tends to reflect a person's struggles with self control. Okay. So what this is saying is that we might have impulse control. Okay. So I want to click on it and actually see what they're saying about self control. Let's see what they say about self control really quick. Self control, or the ability to manage one's impulses, emotions, and behaviors to achieve long term goals, is what separates humans from the rest of the animal kingdom. Okay, self control is primarily rooted in the prefrontal cortex, the planning, problem solving, decision making. Um, I would like to call it the critical thinking, right, center of the brain as well. Okay, which is significantly larger in humans than in other animals. Okay, so the richest. So if you wanted to know what separated humans from all the other animals, not only do we got a strong mammalian brain, we got a strong reptilian brain, we got a strong other one brain. I can't remember what it's called, but we also got a strong prefrontal, the prefrontal uh, so every animal has something about them that makes them unique from all other animals. That's how we say this is a tiger, this is a bird. You know what I'm saying? Just like how every, I don't know. I forgot the example that I was about to say. Okay, so let's get back. Okay, so what we saying is that very simply put, you might have a self control problem if you can't avoid procrastination. Okay, point blank. Period. All right. For habitual procrastinators who repeat, uh, who represent approximately 20% of the population, I don't feel like it, unquote, comes to take precedence over their goals or responsibilities and can set them down on a downward spiral of negative emotions that further deter future efforts. Okay. So what they say in point blank period is that procrastination can snowball out of control. Procrastination can snowball out of control, and when it snowballs out of control, you can uh lose everything. All right, everything. All right, understanding. Right, understanding procrastination. Okay, so we kind of already went through this, but I like understanding procrastination first. All right. So procrastinators are often perfectionists, okay, for whom it may be psychologically more acceptable to never tackle a job than to face the possibility of not doing it well. They may be so highly concerned about what others think about them that they put their future task at risk to avoid judgment, okay? Some procrastinators contend that they perform better under pressure, but while they may be able to convince themselves of that, research shows it is generally not the case. Instead, they may make a habit of a last minute work to experience the rush of euphoria that seemingly haven't overcome the odds. Okay. So, what are they saying here as far as understanding procrastination? Okay. A good portion of people are perfectionists to a certain degree. Okay. Now, there is different levels of procrastination, and they kind of allude, I mean, perfectionists. Okay. And they kind of allude to that a little bit here, but they really didn't get deep into it. So it says, for whom it may be psychologically more acceptable to never tackle a job than to face the possibility of not doing it well. Okay, so what is they saying here? They saying that you fail 100% times, if you 100% of the times that you never try, right? Some people are so scared of failing that they don't try, or they don't start, or they refuse to start, or they psych themselves out. Okay, that is a problem. Okay, that is a huge problem. Okay, one thing that we wanted to talk about earlier that I forgot was learned helplessness. Okay, a lot of people develop the mindset of learned helplessness when you start to believe that things are hopeless and you can't overcome, persevere, or prosper over any of the obstacles that stand in your way. Okay, a lot of times people get, so what they saying is that sometimes people, oh, in the second paragraph here, when they talk about self-deception, people actually oh, wait a minute, I'm missing something. Did I skip something? No. Okay, yeah, I went back too far. So saying that you work under pressure, what they saying is here is that sometimes people who feel like they work better under pressure, you actually get addicted to working under pressure because the emotional body is releasing hormones that you love, right? The stress hormones. A lot of people is addicted to stress hormones and they don't even know it. Okay. Why do I procrastinate is one that we already read. So let's scroll a little bit. All right. So here's a very, very important topic here. Consequences of procrastination. Okay. Procrastination may relieve pressure in the moment, but it can have steep emotional, physical, and practical costs. Okay. Students who routinely procrastinate tend to get lower grades, work Workers who procrastinate produce lower quality of work, and in general, habitual procrastinators can experience reduced well being in the form of insomnia or immune system and gastrointestinal disturbances. Okay, procrastination could also jeopardize both personal and professional relationships. Okay, so point blank, period. Okay, the stress that comes from procrastinating and crunching and all of this stuff, it creates anxiety and which can turn into a host of other things. Okay, so what they saying is that it can not only take a toll on your health, so you can get sick, you can have illnesses and stuff like that because this, if you don't know stress, right, the fight or flight directly takes chi away from your immune system and puts it other places like your muscles and stuff like that so you can perform, right? So is procrastination bad for my health? Is there a link between procrastination and depression? Okay, procrastination when it comes to one's health, oh my god, you stink. Procrastination when it comes to one's health, putting off exercise and checkups, and failing to commit to healthy eating could lead to a higher risk of hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Okay, so not only are procrastinators. So what they say here is that if you procrastinate in one area, 9 times out of 10 you procrastinate in most or all areas. So one thing that people procrastinate with is eating healthy and working out. So not only do the stress of being a procrastinator takes a toll on us, but also the lifestyle of a procrastinator takes a toll on one's health. Okay, physically. All right. So, procrastinators are also more likely to engage in self blame and disengage from wellness advice. Okay. But I want to broaden this and say procrastinators are more likely to engage in self blame and then disengage from all advice, even from themselves. Okay. Because a lot of procrastinators, once they talk themselves out of something, they turn their prefrontal cortex off, and they don't allow themselves to rationally think about what they just procrastinated on, and they kind of smooth themselves over with things like I'll do it next time, or they don't need me, or maybe tomorrow, or I know I'll feel better tomorrow, or I don't feel like dealing with those people today. You know what I'm saying? If you ever catch yourself saying these things, then you might be a master procrastinator. Okay, I like that, master procrastinator. All right. Self compassion could help individuals begin taking better care of themselves. Okay. So, what they mean here is that sometimes you got to become your own coach. Okay. Pharaoh, what up, Pharaoh? Shout out to Pharaoh. So, what they saying here is when it come down to, oh, where was I at? Begin taking better care. Oh, what they were saying was that sometimes you got to become your own coach, right? And sometimes you got to be compassionate to yourself, and sometimes you got to talk to yourself real nice and slow, like say, like KP, I know them Doritos is good, but how about this time we only eat half the bag? You know what I'm saying? Or KP, I know whatever, whatever, but how about this one? Okay, and we just do a little bit here today, and then maybe tomorrow we do the rest. But we have to do this today. Come on, KP, you can do it. Right? Sometimes we gotta talk to ourselves. Right? They numbers show. Do the research. Right? Numbers show that people who engage in self-talk, self-coaching are more successful. I think it was like 60% or 70% more successful. It was a high number. Okay, I can't remember the exact number. All right. So procrastination, okay, is there a link between procrastination and depression? This is the main reason why I wanted to share this article with you guys, because a lot of us who procrastinate are not healthy mentally, are suffering from mental and emotional imbalances, okay? All right. So procrastination, avoidance, and again, avoidance, procrastination can lead to mental health. Avoidance is a personality disorder. Rumination leads to personality disorder, right? But it says procrastination, avoidance, and ruminants are all common symptoms of what? Depression. And all of these are linked to separate mental health issues and balances as well. Okay. People with depression may struggle to plan ahead, loss of confidence in their ability to follow through and adopt what's the point thinking. Okay. So again, just like I said earlier, a lot of us won't follow through with things because we don't see the value in it personally. What gratification am I getting? Will I feel good after doing this? Okay. The treatment approach, okay, and I'm going to show you something in a second. The treatment approach is known as behavior activation, okay, in which one schedules enjoyable events that provide a sense of mastery or accomplishment may help alleviate some of these effects. Example, right? Schedule a time to do something fun, right? And reward yourself for sticking to the schedule. Okay, what this is going to do is help you realize that there is a separation between the mind and the body, and the brain definitely sits in between both. But oftentimes, the brain is going to go with its nature, which is flesh. Even the brain itself is considered the flesh. Okay, so the mind is totally separate. Okay, so just like how you train a dog to not potty in the house, if we can train ourselves to do things on schedule, right? Whether it's fun or not, we just get into the habit of routine. Okay, routine is a very good habit. Okay, so it says how procrastination affects your brain based on your type. So if you are a perfectionist, okay, 70% of your brain is affected by procrastination. If you are an avoider and or a dreamer, okay, and the reason why they got it separate because you can be an avoider without being a dreamer, but some avoiders procrastinate because they're daydreaming about things uh being ideal. Okay. So again, the rebel and feeling overwhelmed, that's again maybe uh like the teenagers and stuff like that who want to kind of break away and do their own thing because again they don't see the value in whatever it is. Okay. And last but not least, 52% of the people uh is a 52 of the people who are considered the delegate group and a crisis maker is 68%. So the delegates, oh, wait, we didn't even talk about the delegates yet. I skipped something. We didn't get there yet. So I was supposed to come back and look at this picture later. So, no, I don't think that I think this is an ad. I don't think this is a part. No, this is an ad. This isn't a part of the show. All right, the delegates. All right, so it says 52%. All right, crisis maker 58%. All right, let's get back here. All right, can procrastinators have successful relationships with non-procrastinators? No. All right, no, I'm just playing. Let's see what they say. All right, so when a procrastinator enters a relationship with a non-procrastinator, conflict at the most in conflict is almost inevitable. Okay, each. Oh my God! Hold on 1 second, y'all. I just realized something. I'm gonna have to go ahead. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. AO2, we back and we better than never. All right, y'all. So let's continue on with the show, okay? So what are we looking at now? We are looking at it said can procrastinators have a successful relationship with non-procrastinators? And the answer is when procrastinators enter a relationship with non-procrastinators, conflict is almost inevitable. Okay. Each places a very different value on their time, believes their approach is superior and struggles to understand the other's motivations. Okay. So what they're saying is if one person is like a procrastinator and one person is like very disciplined and structured, there's going to be conflict because the two people come from different backgrounds and they're not going to be able to see eye to eye, which equals what? Incompatibility. Okay. So it says, as with any other conflict, though stepping back and considering the one's perspective and finding a way to accept it and one's own reaction to it can help keep a couple together. Okay. So what they said is that you need to actually be able to find common ground with your mate, right? Ain't nothing a little conversation can't fix, right? So, how to beat procrastination? Actually, I didn't read this part because I had a certain. So, I guess I could read it, but it's a part two to this. It's the second piece of this article. I didn't know that. I thought I read the whole article. I really didn't put a lot of emphasis on how to beat it because I have another another visual for us to look at that talk about 10 different ways to overcome uh procrastination. Okay, so let's take a quick little 2 minutes to see what this is hitting for. Okay, so how to beat procrastination. I think I will go ahead and read it since we made it through everything else. Okay, so it says how to beat procrastination. It's possible to overcome procrastination, but it takes considerable effort changing a habitual behavior. Changing a habitual behavior consumes a lot of psychic energy, okay? But engaging in highly structured regimen of cognitive behavior therapy is one approach that has worked for many. In the short term, some cognitive tricks can help people complete a discrete task, okay? So wait, what happened to the part where they were saying break it down to smaller steps? Where is that at? I skipped something because they was talking about breaking it down into smaller steps, or was that a different article? No, I think that was a different article that I was going, but I didn't. I decided not to. Okay, so maybe it was a different article. My bad, y'all, because I did read a couple different articles and whatnot about this. Okay, so real quick, all right, before we move on to the other part of the presentation, okay. So it says it's procrast. Oh no, we already did that. How can I stop procrastinating? Okay, studies based on a procrastination at work scale which identifies 12 common forms of workplace procrastination have highlighted some potential solutions, such as adopting timelines that build in time for delay, but not too much. Okay, so purpose. I heard this a lot before. Purposefully scheduling yourself early or giving yourself time late. Okay, so you can have room to relax and deep breathe, decompress in between tasks. Making a personal challenge out of mundane tasks. Again, one thing you can do is reward yourself on a smaller task on your way to the bigger goal, right? And then challenge yourself. All right. Make it a habit. Make it a goal. Reward yourself. Okay. But you got to train yourself. Okay. Again, remember the body is separate from the mind. Okay. So the mind is the one that decides that we need to change. And then we need to make the third dimension acquiesce. Okay. Breaking large jobs into achievable chunks you can celebrate completing. Oh, here it go right here. So I did read the whole article. Okay, and limiting your access to online news and social media. Okay, limiting your access to online news and social media is very important because it's a trap. Those things are made the way social media is designed. They hired type neurologists to understand how people can be created, how the apps can be used or created to make people spend more time on their phone, right? They won't say addicted, or they won't say, what they would say is make a user friendly experience, right? But what they mean is get you addicted to the app, right? That's something to beware of, words like user friendly experience, right? So when people procrastinate, their present self benefits by avoiding unpleasant work. So you do get a little reward from putting your foot down and saying, no, I'm not doing this, right? But their lifestyle self pays the price in stress and or punishment. Okay, so the stress that you feel when you got to crunch at the last minute, or you got to rush at the last minute, or the stress that you might feel when when you come close to failing, or when you contemplate failing the task, is almost not, it's not worth it, to be honest with you. You might as well just go ahead and feel uncomfortable while you're completing the task, because once you complete the task, anything after that, you're done. Because you're going to double down, and you're going to feel bad twice. You're going to feel bad because you didn't do it, then you're going to feel bad because you got to rush. And then rushing takes a toll on you as well, okay? So it says developing empathy for one's future self as one would for a close friend then can be an important first step to ending the habit, okay? Because we're less willing to put a good friend in such a disadvantaged position. Okay, so what they're saying is that basically you got to be your own accountability partner. You got to be your own coach, right? You got to make sure these things happen. So what is they trying to say? People, mind over matter. When they said psychic, it uses too much psychic energy. What they saying is mind over matter, and at some point you gonna have to dig deeper than you ever dig before. And it's only once or twice, because once you get used to doing things that you don't want to do, guess what? It's going to get easier and easier till you can't distinguish between what you want to do and what you don't want to do. It's all about, what do I have to do? This is the goal. This is what I have to do. Okay, how can I stop putting off important decisions? Many procrastinators struggle to make important decisions in part because not making a choice absolves them of responsibility for the outcome. Okay, so freezing and saying, I didn't, isn't good enough, right? It isn't good enough. Sometimes people don't know, okay, if I do the right thing, even though it might make somebody upset, it's going to be the right thing to do no matter what. A lot of procrastinators don't think like that. They think like, okay, well, I don't want to hurt this person, but I'm going to put this person's feelings right now over something that's could potentially hurt that person. And that can backfire because it could hold off critical information that somebody need, okay? Many procrastinators struggle to make important decisions in part because Not making a choice absolves them of responsibility for the outcome, right? But sometimes people simply become so exhausted from making decisions that it seems impossible to make even relatively unimportant ones. Research suggests that sticking to a personal set of decision making rules or outsourcing some decisions to a partner or friend or coworker may help overcome decision fatigue. Okay, so it's a lot of wonderful, great leaders here who are very passive in this world. Okay, and a lot of people don't like being in charge. Me, I'm a passive person to where it's like I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to be the center of attention. But if it's something that I need to do, then guess what? I will do it. Okay, I will do it. So with that being said, man. Oh wait, it was something else that I wanted to say about this really quick. Unimportant decisions, research, sticking to decision making rules. I need to see what's up with this. Maybe we can come back with a part two to come up with decision making rules. But that's part of decision making rules is going to be in the next thing. But I like that idea. Okay, so we're going to go to 10 steps of 10 ways to effectively overcome procrastination. Okay, so now we are going to, so make sure y'all got your pens and your pads ready. Okay, so now we are going to go over to C, what is this? Um, Center Center of Adolescent Mental Health Services, the Center of Adolescent Mental Health Services. Okay, so this is from, actually, this comes all the way from London, the Monum across the pond. All right, so the Center of Adolescent Mental Health Services is a place in London where they provide services. They connect people with services. Okay, and I think it might be for free. Okay, so they kind of connect people with mental health services. Okay, probably similar to, I can't think of the name right now. All right, so 10 ways. Okay, so we're gonna try to get through these quickly, but make sure y'all take notes. Okay, and if y'all want, hey KP, did you know Tyler mentioned you? Llama, welcome, thank you. Yes, I do know. Actually, Tyler, he actually visited my page a couple days ago. And yesterday, when I actually, he came in and donated to the channel and everything. When the night I hit 1,000 subscribers, and so ever since then, I probably got about 30, 40 people from Tyler. Um, no, I'm not related to Tyler actually. Tyler is somebody that a few people have told me about before in the past. And the night that I was getting my 1,000 subscriber, he, you know what? Let me finish this real quick and we can talk. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you this real quick. So the night that I got my 1,000 subscriber, he came in, he donated or whatever, and I asked him, whatever. He said he'd give me a shout out. I asked him if they want to make content or whatever, because I am going to be doing tarot readings and more, like podcast and stuff like that. So, but yeah, shout out to you. After this live, I'm gonna take a small break for maybe 30 minutes, and then I'll be back. So maybe I'll be back online maybe 10. I don't know. It depends. But whenever I get done with this, I'll say maybe I'll be on here for another 15 minutes, and then maybe I'll take like a 20, 30 minute break, and then I'll come right back. Maybe I'll just take like a 5 minute break, and then I'll come right back up. Okay. So hang out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you pulling up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will be getting to tarot readings tonight. Okay. All right, so 10 ways to effectively overcome procrastination. Okay, number one, get yourself started by believing in your ability to succeed. Okay, again, mind over matter. Okay, overcoming procrastination takes a lot of psychic energy. They just told you on psychology.com. Okay, they literally just said on psychology.com, not metaphysics.com. They said psychologytoday.com that it takes a lot of psychic power. Okay, you was there. Yeah, okay, okay, you was there. That's right. I do remember you. Yeah, okay, I do remember you now. Now that you said something, I knew that name looked familiar. So you didn't know. So you followed Tyler, but you didn't know. You didn't know that he was going to do that, huh? That is crazy. What a synchronicity that you came in the chat and he came in the chat. All right, so get yourself started by okay, mind over matter again. It takes a lot of mental power to create new habits. Okay, so not being a procrastinator can be a new habit, right? So we got to have an optimistic I can and I will attitude, right? Without that, you don't have anything. Okay, even if you do stop procrastinating, if you stomping your feet around the house, or you taking your sweet time or whatever it is, you're not going to get the results that you really want. All right. So number two, set out several concrete deadlines for yourself. Okay. So again, this goes into breaking things down into smaller tasks. Okay. Set deadlines, and follow them. Okay. Um, we got to become more self motivated. Right. Number three, eliminate various distractions from your environment. If you know for a fact something is a distraction, right? We have to have yeah, yeah, it was great. It was a great time. Yeah, you was the person that said Tyler be dogging you. You're not the only person in my chat that said that or that I know. He said he do though. He said he be watching people pages, but maybe he just don't comment or maybe he just don't vibe with people. So for him to be in the position that he in and for him to show love to me, that make me feel good. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but I damn sure appreciate it. All right, so where we at? Number three, eliminating distractions. Okay, so as an adult, right? If you really want the things that you want out of life, eliminating distractions is going to be something that's going to be very key. Okay, again, how can you eliminate distractions? By sticking to your schedule that you set for yourself. Okay, simple as put. Number four, break. They should put this as number two. Break large tasks into small and medium actionable pieces. Okay, so oftentimes when we get a goal or something, um oftentimes we get discouraged because we feel like it's too big, it's going to take too long, it's too many steps, right? So after we get the goal, let's immediately break this thing down into actionable steps like they said. Okay, number five, remember to reward yourself for accomplishments. Okay, Four of Wands, right? Ain't no accomplishment too small to celebrate, and that's all I'm gonna say on that one. Okay, yeah, he is. He is very, but he is. Yeah, so before he came into my chat, I think I watched one of his Scorpio readings before, and that was it. And I forgot to subscribe to him. And then, of course, I forgot to go back because I only watched him once. So, but yeah, he cool people though, man. Shout out to him, man. Probably. I appreciate it though, man. Shit, he didn't. I didn't got like 30, 40 subscribers from him overnight. So he got 600,000 subscribers, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. So number six, make streaks of days on which you complete all of your tasks. Okay. So again, the reward system, you need to figure out a way that you can get a pleasure from accomplishing things. Reward yourself. Okay. So not only do you reward yourself on a daily basis, but reward yourself for days. Okay. Day one, completing all my tasks. Day two, for completing all my tasks. Day three, for completing all my tasks. Right. Build it up, just like how procrastination builds like a snowball to a snowman. Achieving the things that you need to achieve can snowball as well and give you great results. Okay. Avoid a perfectionist mindset and implement your plan. Okay. So every single step of the way don't have to be perfect, but what has to be perfect is your effort. Okay, effort is key. If you are putting forth the effort, you don't have to worry about anything. All right. If you putting forth the effort, you don't have to worry about anything. All right. Number eight, visualize and focus on your end goal instead of your task. Okay. Again, put yourself in the mindset that I can and I will. I got to sneeze, y'all. All right. So what we got? Number seven, number eight. Number eight, all right? Eight being the action number, right? Visualize and focus. So again, psychic energy. Visualizing and focusing on your goal instead of your task is going to cement the goal in your brain as something that can and will be achieved. Okay, so you kind of tricking your brain by meditating on a goal that everything can and will be okay. So you kind of create, that's like building a house before you even know what it looked like. It's like you building it as you go. All right, figure out, it's like creating a blueprint for a house. I say that. You discovered them in 2023. Cool. Visualize and focus on your end goal. Okay. Number nine, figure out when, how, and why you procrastinate. Okay. So this shouldn't be that hard because we just went over different reasons why people procrastinate. Okay. Bless you as well. Bless you as well. Where you from, Lama? Are you Hindu? Where you from? You from Sri Lanka? All right. That the number nine is going to be easy because we just went over different reasons why people procrastinate. Okay. Number 10, count to 10 before indulging in the impulse to procrastinate. Okay, so when you realize that you're a habitual procrastinator, you procrastinate anytime you can, right? So what they is saying is that before, when you know you about to procrastinate or when you just made the decision to procrastinate, deep breathe, close your eyes, visualize the goal, count to 10, right? And then reconsider the procrastination. Okay. So those are 10 different ways you can effectively overcome procrastination. I really like those 10 different ways. So if anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And I can either drop the link in the chat for you to come up, or you could just leave your questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. I will come back and do live readings maybe in about 20 minutes or so. So if you all would like, just be on the lookout for that, okay? Should I do an open panel tonight or should I just go ahead and just do it regular? That's what's up. I'm actually headed to Colorado. Let me borrow your couch, Llama. Let me borrow your couch, Shorty. All right, y'all. So I don't want to stretch this live too much because I will try to figure out how to make this podcast, and I don't want to, have too much on there. So after I end this live, y'all will see me go start another live in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna go use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever it is that I gotta do, and I'll be back. Okay. So I want to wish you all peace, love, health, and wealth. All right. And if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Okay. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Cause I ain't buying it. Peace. All right, Llama. I will be back in a little while, so turn on that notification bell, okay, and keep your eyes out for your boy, okay. Hit the description box. Donate to the channel, y'all. There's 3 different ways you can donate to the channel. Also, we got a few sponsors of the channel, so hit that description box and follow those links, okay. We got a couple sponsors on the channel now, so with that being said, I'm out, man. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Peace.